No word from Romano or Pete O'Rourke or Transfer Centre 1. But Jamaican international Andre Gray signed on an initial short-term deal until January. Initial thoughts?
It's a no-lose situation, isn't it? I mean, if he does well, then we've got the option then of extending and having another very good striker on our books. If he doesn't, he's out in January. I think one thing you can't argue with about Andre Gray is that his pedigree at this level usurps many players that I think we've either been linked with or ended up bringing in. I don't know off the top of my head how many goals he's scored in the Championship, but I'm sure it's at least 50 across his career.
56.
56. There we go. I'm glad you hear it, Tom. So
there we go.
So yeah, I think when you consider that compared to the fact that we've got quite a young, inexperienced Championship side. I mean, of course, there's some players who will score more prolifically, but they've only really had one season of Championship experience behind them. Andre Gray is a completely different player. He knows this level like the back of his hand. He's proved time and time again that he can deliver at this level. He did well in his first year here at Brentford. He did brilliantly to help Burnley get a promotion straight back to the Premier League when he ended up going there. And even with the Watford spell, when it was winding down and not going particularly well, he was loaned out to QPR and scored 10 league goals in that campaign. If he comes to Argyle this year and scores 10 league goals, I think we'll all be very pleased. So it's great pedigree. Now, obviously, the question with that sort of player who has been good and we have now signed is, will he still be able to hit those heights? I mean, he is 33 now. He's perhaps a different style of player. Perhaps there's certain attributes that he can't rely on as much as he used to. Will he be able to hit those heights? I mean, I don't know how much you want to read into how he did in Saudi Arabia. Probably not much, given the standard of the league. But it looked like a more than adequate player while he was over there. So, he's I think just to round it off, like, it's a no-lose situation. Either Andre Gray's not the player he once was, in which case we'll bin him off in January. Tijani will be back from injury and we'll just pick up where we left off. Or Andre Gray will still be an excellent player for this level, deliver us some crucial goals, and we've either got the option then of, well, we've got plenty of options then in January as to what we want to do next, and our striking department is looking healthier than it's been for many years. So yeah, it's a nice one. It could be a case that he turns into a Simon Church, Kieran Agard, Billy Clark signing. Although, to be fair, Kieran Agard did score a winning goal for us, so that was fun. Alternatively, he could turn into a Diagoraga and be an absolute revelationary free agent. You never know. It's one of those, but I think it's nice to be able to look at this sort of signing, knowing that, to be honest, even if it's terrible, we haven't lost out here. It's and the upside could be very good too. So, yeah, I'm more than satisfied with what we've done, bringing him in, and yeah, fingers crossed he does reach those levels that he did 5-10 years ago. Because if he does that, well, we've got another level of player coming in. Yeah, fair comment on the screen as well. He's almost certainly going to be better than our last recruit from Saudi Arabia. A certain Mr. Ian Foster. Yeah, the downside there is quite a bit more significant than anything I can possibly imagine with Gray. But yeah, as I say, the upside as well is something I'm very positive about. He may make it, he may not. I think it's one of those we can say you don't mind either way.
Yeah, as Tom touches on, 146 games in the Championship in which he scored 56 times, 23 goals in 115 Premier League appearances, 7 goals in 26 Saudi Pro League appearances, but no goals in 4 League 2 appearances, which does worry me a little bit. If you can't do it at League 2, then what's to say you can do it as a 33-year-old in the Championship? On that, I don't know who wants this, but excellent business on a free, really. 2-part question, really. First, how much do you expect from him in these 3 months? And the second one is, how much credit do we need to give the recruitment team in acting fast? First, with, after Hazard's injury, getting in Marco Morosi, and then now Andre Gray. Tom or Sam? I don't know who wants that.
Go on, Sam. Oh, right. I'll go for it. I mean, the recruitment team, they always say that they've always got plans, contingency plans for any position. So, but the fact that Andre Gray in his welcome interview said he heard about it on Wednesday, and he was already training by Thursday, and I think, was it announced on Friday? I can't quite remember. But it it shows he wants to be there, which is a really good thing. He wants to make it happen. I wonder if there's that Wayne Rooney pull as well, which we've seen already with a couple of the other signings. Yeah, it's great for the recruitment team. And like what certain Championship podcasts might have said, I think so far our transfers look like they've been really astute signings compared to the budgets we've got. So Morosi on a free, and now Andre Gray as well. It adds that experience into the dressing room, which no, they might not play as many games. That could be just that dressing room advice that learning from them in training might be really valuable to the younger players coming through. And also, what do I see Andre Gray in the next 3 months? I mean, I really don't know. This international break's it's come at a great time because he can really, like Rooney said, we can get 2 weeks of hard work into him. I don't see him starting ahead of, because we've already spoken quite a lot about the Obafemi and Hardy battle for that starting place. I don't see Andre Gray starting. I don't see him playing 90 minutes week in, week out. But whether he can, we're 2-1 up in the game and we just need that experienced head to lead the line, take it to the corner, win us a free kick, buy us some time. I think that's might be where we see him, or if we need a late goal, we bring him on. Burnley away would have been a really good example of that. Was it Joe Hatch who came on rather than I think it was, wasn't it? And late on, whereas we you're chucking on Andre Gray there, you never know. He's had that experience of doing it throughout the leagues. So I see him playing a bit part role. Tijani's obviously out for 3 months. Well, they've said till January, but it's a hamstring injury. Now, I've always thought that hamstrings, they just tend to be longer than what they originally do. What's originally forecast. So with that, and obviously Gray is a 3-month deal. I can imagine that if he's doing well and he's playing games and gets a goal here or there, that we'll be looking to extend that to the end of the season, which, as I mentioned, is great across the board really for us. Don't know if you have anything to add on to that, Sam.
No, I think that sums it up nicely. It's quite low risk, and recruitment after having a couple of Januaries in a row that were very patchy when it came to recruitment, and even last summer, whilst there were some hits, there were certainly some misses as well. This looks like it's been a fantastic window for recruitment. I think I gave it like a 5 out of 10 on the deadline day pod, and I really think I was wrong.
Yeah, if you told me during admin that we would have Wayne Rooney, Ben Jarney, and Andre Gray on the books at Plymouth Argyle, I'd never believe you in a million months for Sundays. Is that the phrase? I always say that and I feel like it's wrong.
No, it's either in a million years or in a month of Sundays. You've mixed your saying there. It's a million month of Sundays would be even longer than a million years or a month of Sundays. So really, you're just saying, how much you wouldn't have believed it there, aren't you?
Even better, if anything.
So much. Yeah, exactly. Creative is what we offer on this pod.